They had their fill of food and liquor. John had drank quite a bit, so he wasn't allowed to drive. Howard Hiddleston arranged for someone to take them home. Bill had drunk quite a bit. He held Mary in his arms and kept whispering in her ear all the way home.
My dear, I love you. I promise to get well and bring happiness to you and Elise. My dear, thank you for taking care of me for all these years. How did I deserve such a good wife? Wifey, let's be together forever, okay?
The kids are watching.
Bill was like a child, holding on to Mary, making her turn red from embarrassment, but she couldn't stop him either. Mary couldn't help saying. Elise pretended she hadn't seen anything, but there was a smile on her face. She hadn't seen her parents like this in a long time. It was late at night. Elise was lying on her side while John was on the floor next to the bed.
John. Next time, don't spend money like that on my family, okay?
I won't agree to that.
The conversation was short, and they fell into silence again. John was unrelenting even in front of Elise.
This is my family, which includes my wife and my parents. If I don't spend on you guys, then who will I spend it on?
Elise bit her lips. She didn't know if this man was really stupid or just pretending to be. Given his wealth and influence, he could have any woman he wanted, and there was no need to insist on marrying into her family.
I've been shamelessly living in your house and eating your mom's cooking. So surely I can't just stay here for free, right? Okay, now go to bed. Good night.
Elise still had questions, but John didn't want to respond anymore. She couldn't do anything about that. Why was this guy doing this? The rest of the night went on in silence. When John woke up in the morning, he found that breakfast was even more sumptuous than the day before. He didn't bother with being polite at all. He started eating the moment he was done washing up.
Where's Dad?
He drank a bit too much last night, so he's still sleeping.
Dad has to really increase how much liquor he can hold, otherwise how will he entertain clients in the future?
He said this very casually, but Mary froze for a while. Entertain clients? Why would Bill need to entertain clients? John didn't elaborate. In the room, Elise was getting ready when her phone rang. She picked it up and said,
Okay, sure, I got it. I'll be there immediately.
Elise packed her things and came running out of the room.
Something has happened at the factory and I must go over now.
I'll send you there. Mom, we're going out.
Both of them flew out of the door. Mary tried calling them back, but they had long gone. She looked back at the table of dishes that looked like a tornado had gone through them after John had ravenously eaten everything and shook her head. Then started laughing to herself.
This boy is really, it's not as if anybody is snatching the food away from him.
Mary stacked up the cutlery and was about to walk into the kitchen when the doorbell rang. She opened the door and saw a few men in suits carrying some gifts. They didn't look like normal men on the streets. The leader of the men had graying hair. And he bowed immediately upon seeing Mary. He asked politely,
Are you Madam Mary?
Who are you?
Madam Mary, I am the CEO of Newark Bank, Nathaniel Cooper. This over here is the branch manager, Mr. Clifton. We know all about what happened to Madam Mary at our branch yesterday. So today we have come here specially to apologize to you.
Mary got a shock. The CEO and branch manager of Newark Bank had come here personally to apologize to her?
Could we come in?
Oh, sure, please come in.
Meanwhile, in the management office of Oakcroft Estates, Dallas Carter was furiously standing at the management office of the estate. He hadn't slept the whole night, and had come rushing over to the management office the moment the staff reported to work.
Investigate this immediately now. Check the CCTV. I want to see which bastard knocked into my car.
That was the Porsche he had just bought. It had been damaged beyond repair. He was going to find the bastard who did this and bankrupt him.
I'm really sorry, but it was too dark last night, and I think the CCTV might not have been able to capture who it was.
The manager in the office couldn't stand people like Dallas Carter, and really didn't want to help him find out who it was. Dallas Carter was the one who had simply parked his car, so he deserved the way he had been treated.
Don't you dare try to smoke us like that. I live here and I know how powerful the CCTV is. Didn't the CCTV manage to capture who Marcus's daughter-in-law was having an affair with?
If you don't investigate this, we will have to call the police then.
The manager had no choice but to get someone to check the CCTV. The moment she saw that BMW that didn't even have a permanent license plate, Nicole Carter started shouting.
It's them. So it's them.
Sister, you know who it is?
It's that neighbor of mine. This car belongs to her family. And she even tried to lie to us, saying the man who married into her family was the one who bought it. Everyone here knows that the guy who married into their family is some homeless person. How could he have afforded a car?
Since they dared to knock into my car, I'm going to teach them a lesson.
Dallas Carter's face darkened and dragged Nicole Carter out of the management office and towards Mary's house. He wanted to not just beat John up, but to make them pay. Since they could afford a BMW, then surely they could afford to buy a new Porsche for him, right? On the other side, Mary poured some water for the guests. Nathaniel Cooper quickly stood up and took the glass with both hands.
Madam Dawson, you're being too polite with us.
He waved his hand and his subordinates quickly brought the gifts over.
Here is a token of apology from us. I hope Madam Dawson will accept it.
It's not appropriate of me to do so.
No. We are the ones in the wrong. So we would like to seek forgiveness from Madam Dawson. We are really very sorry for the terrible misunderstanding that happened. And so please let us know how you would like to be compensated. We will comply without questions.
The branch manager stood at one side and didn't even dare to say anything. This matter had become very serious. Nobody could have thought that the CEO, who was retiring soon, was nearly fired over this. The Global Union had also warned them that if they didn't settle this matter properly, Newark Bank would be kicked out of the union. That would be disastrous for them.
The general manager in question has already been sacked, and we will ensure that nobody in the banking industry will ever hire him again. As for the teller, we will sue her for slander. And as for that security guard...
Mr. Cooper, you don't have to do this. It's too harsh on them. I believe these young people did not have ill intentions.
She had been humiliated, but all of this was a misunderstanding after all. She didn't want to ruin the rest of someone else's life because of this. Everyone had difficulties that they couldn't speak of. And as long as they were punished accordingly when they made mistakes and changed for the better, it was good enough. There was no reason to push anyone into a dead end. Nathaniel Cooper was filled with admiration when he heard this.
Madam Dawson is extremely magnanimous, and I really respect that. I will listen to what you have said.
Then he turned to the branch manager, who took out a gold card.
This is the VIP card of Newark Bank, with 5 million inside. This is our way of apology to you, Madam Dawson. Please accept it. Please accept this, and give us a chance to become better.
Mary had no idea how to react at all. 5 million? She didn't dare to take so much money that she hadn't earned. Even if this was compensation, she really didn't need this much. She had no idea that if she didn't forgive them, the losses to Newark Bank was even higher than 20 billion.
It's too much, and I really can't accept this. Just $200 for my medical bills is enough.
For as long as Mary did not agree, Nathaniel Cooper and the rest remained bowed, not even daring to lift their heads.
I'll just accept it first then.
Mary didn't know what to do since she didn't know how to reject them at all. She decided to wait till Elise came back before finding a way to handle this. When they saw that Mary accepted their token of apology, Nathaniel Cooper and the rest breathed a sigh of relief. They had thought that Mary would ask for way more than this. but now they were embarrassed that they had thought of her that way in the first place.
Mary, come out here right now. You knocked into my brother's car and now you're hiding at home. Come out and compensate us.
Damn it, so it's this family? Bloody hell, how dare you knock into my car? You'd better come out and compensate me. Otherwise I'm going to bash all of you up.
This marks the end of chapter 21. Please like and subscribe to my channel and comment any other novel you'd like to be featured here.